Still got different coloured nails before anyone mentions I've got pink and red nails. They're going red from pink, so if anyone comes on wondering why, I've just not done this hand yet. But I'll just see if anyone pops on first before I start. I just made a cup of tea. It's all about this, guys. It's got a few things I want to say before I get into the whole Father's Day thing and the whole Father's Day sort of chat I wanted to bring up, which also includes Tommy Robinson in that chat, seeing as it is Father's Day today. So happy Father's Day to you fathers out there. I'll just give it a few minutes. Try to write a few things down because I don't normally, and if I do, I can never like read what I've wrote because I just write it out dead quick and then I'm like, ugh, because I'm not a professional. I don't look the right way, as we all know, but I've always done that. Just looking for somebody's, oh yeah, channel. And I'd need another pen. So I'll just go and find my other pen and then I'm going to start. I'm going to start in a minute. I just need to find another pen. Ow! Where's my pen? Hi! You've come over. I've just whacked my knee on the table. Hi. Hi. I'm going to start because I could be here all day knowing me, but little one's having a nap, so I thought I'd come for a chat while I've got time. It'll probably be a bit mixed up, I don't know if anyone will get what I'm talking about. I know some of you do. I always say that because I know some of you watch what I watch and some of you don't. So I'm just going to start with, before I get on the Father's Day thing, oh, well, I'm going to talk about Father's Day in a minute and how important I think that is. But the first thing I'd just like to say, because I was talking to someone today who has watched me for a long time, but now has decided that they don't want to watch me, which is fine because I'm bringing issues up that some people aren't liking. But I don't think, and I'm not naming this person because, you know, I like everybody. I'm not racist. I like everybody. It's just sometimes when you're talking about things, people take it the wrong way. And what's going on at the minute in this world, which I know some of you on here know what I'm talking about, it isn't what it seems. And things that you see on TV, I have got different nails, by the way, I've not finished this hand off. Things that you're seeing played out in mainstream media and stuff is not the truth. Bits are coming out, but it is not the truth. Hi, MJ. So, I did a video the other day, before I get on about Father's Day, I did a video the other day, and it's great that some of you are from over on Soapbox, because then I've got the support of it. I know you know what I'm talking about. And I did a video the other day, and it was about Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all that sort of agenda that's coming out, because all I can see, and I'm only doing this a little chat because I'm going to do a big one again on it, is there's an agenda out, a narrative being pushed about to keep blacks and white and whoever fighting like we always have over the years, racist this and racist that, white supremacy and privilege. Apparently I've got privileges because I'm white. I haven't got privileges. No, this person who said that doesn't know me. They know me on here. They don't know my struggles that I go through with my kids and stuff. White supremacy. I'm going to do a video on this because people are talking about things that are happening in South Africa that have happened in South Africa for a lot. They put that on mainstream media. What they are not putting on mainstream media right now is the white genocide that's happening in South Africa to South African white farmers at the minute. That's one of the things that's happening, but there's many. But these Antifa people and that will put up signs saying Black Lives Matter. I did a video the other day saying Black lives don't matter. Everybody's lives matter. It's if you're saying a certain life matters, that means the rest of the people who are from a different culture, whatever, don't matter. I don't get what people don't understand about that. And the thing is, I've tried to tell people, they think I'm saying something else that I'm not. Thank you. It's not. If you're saying white lives matter, that's saying black lives don't matter, whoever's lives don't matter. If you are just going round like these Antifa people do, saying hate speech. Hate speech is freedom of speech. You have the right to say what you want to say. Like I am saying what I want to say. People will comment after. People will agree with me. Some people won't. But it is their freedom to do that. And that's what's getting taken away from us. That's what's happened to Tommy here in the UK, getting sent to prison. You know that story. If you don't, I will be doing a chat on that again. If you are saying somebody's lives matters, if you're going around saying black lives matters, well, what does that mean? White lives don't matter and whoever else's wife's what lives don't matter. Identity politics, exactly. Now, I'm not going to go on about that because it's Father's Day. I have done a chat on that, but I'm not racist. I'm not getting on at people. I just don't think some people understand that. The propaganda and the agenda is to bringing up the race card all the time to keep us fighting, to keep us in the past, because yes, there are things that happened in the past with slavery, but believe it or not, it's still happening to now to kids and people. This is what people I don't know, we're awake to it, those of you that know. There are things that happen with black people in the past that are awful. It's also things that happened in the past to white people and other people of cultures. The same thing. It wasn't one person, culture that was enslaved. A lot of us were. A lot of history is full of lies as well, and it's been twisted. So to come out of that, we must unite and come together and forgive and forget to move on. This is what Kanye West was trying to say. People think I'm daft. They think he's daft because he likes Trump. I'm white, so therefore I support Trump. That's what people are saying. No, there's a lot of black people that support Trump. You don't have to support. I don't have to support Obama. I don't have to. I would support Obama if Obama wasn't a nasty piece of work that we're finding out that he'd be, just because he's black, but he is a nasty piece of work. It doesn't mean that black people can't support Donald Trump because he's white, if he's doing his job properly. It doesn't matter. I said to this person, if Donald Trump was an alien, it wouldn't really matter, as long as he's doing for the people of the land, if you know what I mean. But I'm not going to go into that because I'm going to go into that another day. But there is a guy called Jonathan Miller who's got a channel, though I have seen this video before and it makes sense. Now, Jonathan Miller, go on his channel and there is a video called Is Kanye Waking Up from MK Ultra? Now, I know some of you on here know what that is. If you watch that video from the beginning to the end, you will see a difference in Kanye. They're calling him mad, but they up above would call him mad. He's waking up. If you watch it and listen to the words he's saying properly, you will understand why he said what he said about being enslaved and how they push it. It is all there and it all makes sense. And if people can't understand what he's saying, like why would you want to live in the past? If we never move on from the past, we will never move on in the future for us and our kids to ever unite properly together and be as one, as we are all one. We all bleed the same blood at the end of the day. So for people to think I'm on my channel trying to put something else out there because my channel has always been about positivity. Positivity has to come with truth. I never knew why I was doing this channel. I was doing it for positivity because of things that have happened in my life that I have spoke little bits about. But positivity has to come with truth. And if I'm saying stuff that hurts people, then I'm sorry. Like some people have said, they're unsubscribing. Unsubscribe from me. It doesn't matter, because I know at the end of the day, things that are going on and the things they put out there to try and divide us all, it is united we stand, divided we fall. So if you still want to think back in the past, when the world began or whatever you want to believe in, over thousands of years we've evolved. We've done lots and lots of mistakes with wars and stuff like that, and how each side have treated different people from different cultures. No, they can't handle the truth. They don't like to be told something different. So if we stay in that mindset, history is just repeating itself, and it's repeating itself, and it's repeating itself. We have got a chance now with you that on here that know what I'm talking about. We have got the biggest chance now, united through our social media platforms and stuff, and you know what I mean, it's going global, to get the truth out there. Some people are going to be hurt because they either feel stupid because they don't know. They believed in someone they thought was good, but we all know they're not. Why is mainstream media making Trump out to be so bad? There's a war with mainstream media at the minute. We know that. So I'd just say it's fine to make those comments, but please, when I say go and look at other videos, don't just sit there. Go and do research and look at other videos and just see if you can see where I'm coming from. It's not out of spite. It's not out of being a racist, oh my God, or anything. Jonathan Miller on is Kanye waking up from MK Ultra? Listen properly to what he's saying. He doesn't love Trump because he's been paid to say that, by the way. My God. Anyway. Never celebrate. Oh, well. So, and people who make daft comments and that on here and after, I just will be ignoring you. So, the other thing I was going to talk about was Father's Day. Maybe you don't support Father's Day because you're not a father. Or if you've not got a father, it's a bit stupid. So, the other, what do you call it? So it's Father's Day. I nearly forgot the other day because I've just been looking at all this stuff. Yeah, the internet's been a great thing to wake people up because they've got mainstream media, all these fake reporters and fake news sites, and this is not just in America, this is global. They think that they have pulled the wool over our eyes. I know some people have been awake to it. I only started waking up a few years ago to some stuff. It was more this year about everything else. And they've played a good game, basically, but we can play a better one because we're connected. That was the downfall of connecting us that way. You know, they've tried to sensitise us and this, that and the other, but it's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day. Yeah, it's global. I've seen, what's his name? Yami, I can't remember his name, who's been fighting for Tommy and stuff. It's gone global. So once people are awake and we see the lies, you can't, even if you shut down social media, whatever, everybody knows, people are starting to wake up, so you can't stop the sort of awakening that's happening and the revolution that's going to come or whatever. I didn't see that bit, sorry. So, yeah, it is raw when that happens, but yeah, the whole world is being red pilled. Some people think they're red pilled. They've got like one eye open and one eye shut because they've seen a bit, but not the best. For people who've passed away, it's hard, but on Father's Day, we can still remember the good times. It's about being positive, and I believe spirit is around all the time. So, I've had things happen in this house that's weird. So as hard as it is, try to be positive and remember the good times that you had with them because they wouldn't want you being upset, though it's hard. Do that for them. You know, if they liked a special meal, have that meal today for tea. But it is sad, but you can make good of it as well. So the other thing I want to talk about because of Father's Day is these feminist fuckwits. That's all I want to say. I did say it the other day. I'm sorry. Yes, back in time, I said this the other day. Feminists have done us a lot of good for women. You know, equal rights and equal pay and stuff like that. But at the minute, like I said in the video the other day, they've gone a bit overboard. They're on a knife's edge at the minute. All I can see is these women trying to demonizing men and trying to make out they're bad and trying to make them weaker, and these women want to be more masculine. I say women get more feminine, men get more manly because that's what we want. Yeah, it was good, don't get me wrong, but now, this day, the agenda that's happening there is just gone tipped off the scales, well off the scales. It needs reining in. It's like, it's seen as a trend as well, but to me, it's bashing good men, good, hard-working, strong men that we need. It's trying to weaken men to make them all soft and weak. I know what that agenda is. And then trying to make the women all strong and manly and all that, because basically, if you've got... How are women going to get on if they're like that? Men and women going to get on? They're not. You need duality. They need to be equal. It's yin and yang. It's the feminine and the masculine, because at the end of the day, how are you going to reproduce and stuff and get on with each other if you're fighting against each other? It is pathetic. And I will do another chat on that, because I just think it's absolutely off its tits, like everything else is at the minute. And yeah, and it's definitely breaking up the family unit. And this ideology that's coming in is trying to break up family units, especially to me, it's coming across as Christian values and beliefs and family, that sort of stuff. But it just doesn't work. If there's women higher up than men, that doesn't work. And if there's men higher up than women, that doesn't work. It's scales. It has to be weighed out equally. It's equal. It's not one's better than the other. And I'm sorry to some people if you don't believe this. There are differences in men and women. Yes, we can have stronger men and more feminine men and more stronger women, but that doesn't mean we all have to be like that. There has to be a balance. It's equal. Everything's equal. It's yin and yang. That's how the world works. That's how the universe works. It's pretty like common sense really, but I will be doing other chats on this again, a bit more in depth. I'm getting other videos you can go and see in this, that and the other, because it's just getting ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And what I'd also like to say is these women who go around who have, not with their partners anymore and they've split up and they're either on their own or with new partners, whatever, like I am, I'm not with my youngest son's father because it didn't work. I don't want to go into it all. It didn't work. He wasn't nice to me. He didn't treat me well. So therefore, in the end, I had enough. I'm not staying in a relationship where someone's like that with me. But at the end of the day, he's good with his son so far anyway. And my youngest son wants to see his partner that he lives with now, who I don't have a problem with. I had a problem at the beginning because it was done through cheating and stuff on his side and lies, basically unfaithful. And it isn't nice when that happens, especially when you're only 5 weeks pregnant and you find out. Is disgusting in my eyes. And then you have to go through all that on your own and raise your child on your own and blah blah blah, why someone's just gone off with someone else and started a whole new thing that you didn't even know about. But I got over that and had to think, at the end of the day, it is still his dad. I was really angry and could have done it out of spite, but I decided not to. These women who try and do it out of spite to get one back on the partner because they've gone off with someone else and they're trying to use the kid as a pawn, basically, as in, you're not giving me enough money, so you're not seeing your son. You went off with someone else, so you're not seeing your son or daughter. Don't have to be a son, sorry, you kid. At the end of the day, the only person that is suffering, I suffered through hurt and betrayal and stuff. I suffered a lot, but I'm not letting my son suffer for the stupidity and the deceitfulness of his father. And I don't need to tell my son when he grows up what his father did, because if he asks me, I'll tell him, and other things, because he'll see it himself, or, I don't know, you know what I mean? But I suffered, but I am not letting my son suffer through not letting him see his dad, because in my eyes, he needs a father figure, whether he's with me or not, he needs a father figure. I know sometimes you can have kids and things can happen. And I'm not talking about women who don't let their kids see the father because there's abuse or something was towards that child. Obviously, you're not going to let your child go and see the dad, because you could be with somebody new. And if that new person is stepping up to being a father, just because you've had a child with someone doesn't make that person, if they're doing them sort of things, a good dad. Someone new in your life can step up to be a father figure. if the heart and everything else is in the right place. But the only person who is suffering if you play games um, between your kids and your ex-partner is your children. And at the end of the day, when they get old enough to know the truth or whatever it is, or that you've kept them from their father, um, they're not good. They might hate you, and when they're old enough, they'll go and do what they want to do anyway. They'll go and see the father. You can't stop them. You stop them when they're younger because it's easier to do it or to brainwash your children. Yeah, people get very hell bent on. I could have been really hell bent on making his life a misery because he made mine like at the time. I'm over it now. At the time, it was horrendous. Betrayal's bad, and the feelings come and you get angry and you just want to be like, I was that angry. Some women wouldn't have done this. I was adamant he wasn't going to be there for the birth. He wasn't going to come in the room because I wasn't with him then and he was with his partner then. And if he's watching this, he knows the truth because I know he knows I do a channel. But at the end of the day, I don't think I knew then actually, but I wasn't going to let him in because of how it ended. But when it came to it, my best friend was there, his mum, and he came to the hospital and I let him in the labour room and I let him watch the birth of his child. Most women wouldn't have done that. So a little bit after that, when I found out about the proper betrayal, we'd still split up, but stuff that was going on that I didn't know about, I was really hurt because I'd let him in. But at the end of the day, that's just me. um, it doesn't get you anywhere by hating. And that's what I was saying about the racist thing before, things in the past, in history. It doesn't get you anywhere today, in 2018, hating on something from a while back. What can you do? What can you do? You just need to move forward. I had a time of self pitying, like sort of really upset about the situation, mad, infuriated. I wasn't shut up talking about it to my friends because I was furious. I just think it was awful. I do try to have a good positive attitude. This is what I said about this person making comments before. I come on this channel, everything's always been positive, but you need to get the truth out sometimes. But through the hurt and the pain and everything, you still have to be positive because if I wasn't, I may have got into a place of darkness. I've never got depressed about anything because I just snap myself out of it. I might have a day of like being thinking, oh God, woe is me, but you've got to get over it. And the thing is, I have good friends and family, and it's good to talk. That's why I made this channel in the first place. I'm a chatterbox, as you can tell. I talk quite fast. I talk about things, but I could have got myself in a really bad situation of being depressed, maybe not giving the right attention to my youngest one, hating. The only thing it would have done to me, it would have hurt me. I just wouldn't be me. It would have killed me inside basically and ate away at my soul sort of thing. So in the end, I've just thought, at the end of the day, that's gone. That's the past. That is the past. That is history. Good things will come. Yeah, you've got to have a healing process. You know, and I forgive him now. It was what it was, and he's the sort of person he is, and whatever. I know from you always learn out of something anyway, good or bad, and I just know now that the things that I saw in him at the beginning weren't good. Hi, Grant. Yeah, it's good to move on. It is the hardest thing I've ever done because I'm 41. I have a child who's nearly 19 and a 3-year-old. It's hard to be to I do struggle on my own, but I do it. I do the things. I let him see his son. My other one sees his dad when he wants to, but he's at that age, they're not really bothered at that age. But well, he isn't. He's just and you've just got to forget and move on. I had my time to grieve over it and be angry at men. And I could have turned into one of these stupid feminist women of man hating. But then I woke up and smelled the coffee and thought, well, it's not worth it. I do love men. I love you all. and just got to get over it. I can't hate on men. That's like hating on my sons, even though they can be pains in the asses sometimes. But that's kids for you. But yeah, it's just getting over it. And I also would like to say, because I know when I came over on Soapbox before, was it Sheila on Seven was calling me a rock star for saying, I woke up this morning. It's the first thing I do. I'm just looking at stuff all the time. Seeing that Brian London had put a great video on of the letter from Tommy Robinson. And even though she's like, I think it's true, you can tell it's true. That is the words Tommy would say. Not that I know him personally, but you can tell from, if you see his videos from way back, he knows of the world's support. He knows of Trump Jr.'s tweet, which is brilliant. I'm so glad, he's so glad about that. But I don't know what's gone on today with Father's Day. I think this letter was a week ago, but he knows the love and support, and there's people rallying. He's making a change, because it's not just the stuff we know about the kids and that. It is for freedom of speech. Hate speech is freedom of speech. Once that goes everywhere, we've got nothing. We lose, but we're winning. And I just want to say, Tommy Robinson, happy Father's Day. I hope he gets to see his kids. I don't know what they do there, but happy Father's Day. He knows his kids love him, and there's a sacrifice there for our kids that he's in there and he can't be around his children. Even if his kids go and visit, it's not the same as, it's great, hopefully, I don't know, but it's not the same as being at home. In that letter, you'll see what his children said. So it is sad, but I'm glad he knows of the worldwide support, which is absolutely amazing. I'm just glad he knows, but I am thinking of him. I'm not far right. People far right, left and right. No, it's just about being on the right side of morals and knowing what's right from wrong, basically. I don't know why people have a problem with knowing what's right and wrong. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But it's just silly. You've got trolls in there. And that's another thing with trolls as well. I'm not answering you anymore in the comments after, because the most comments I get are positive, and I'm not putting my energy, because the thing is with my channel, I do normally try to I do normally try to get back to everybody, reply to everyone in comments, and I do get back to trolls sometimes, but now I'm just thinking, what's the point? It's just bad energy on something that people either don't like it because I'm talking truth and they don't like it, or they're embarrassed. They're not educated enough on what is actually going on in the world. They think we're hating on something that we're not, because don't forget, people that are being outed at the minute, it's not necessarily these people. It's the ones who are higher up. Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I used to. It's just giving them your energy into it and your emotions. But I feel sorry for some of them, because they're being used as puppets by the ones above. And even if some of them have been corrupt through money, they're not really bothered because the heart's not in the right place. And then there's some people who've been threatened and that, so maybe they've had no choice but to do it, because obviously they're scared for the family. So, you can't always judge that way. There is reasons behind different things, and that's why I think Trump, when he's gone after these people, there will be people sort of, I don't mean let off, but maybe won't be getting as highly, I don't know what the word is, but all I can say is it is absolutely hilarious that people don't know how mainstream media are playing this game, and they're so getting caught out and all the things. I keep telling people to look at videos in the EU, what's going on over there at the minute. Brit Girl came on the other day. If you don't know her, she came on the other day. Last night she was doing a video with Reverend Simon Sideways. And I don't know what the right word was for the report, but it was something about the EU had said, backing down to this and backing down to that. And, the bit of the one rule for one and one rule for another thing that they wanted to go for, like still opening the borders and all this. But I was just thinking of them pictures with Trump, with the EU leaders the other day. This letter, I think, was the other week. This was the other day. So all I'm thinking is, we know what's going on. The mainstream media can put out what they want, because it is a fight with them at the minute. They're trying to put everything out. False flags everywhere. Oh, they were epic. And you know, when you see it on mainstream, you just like, and when you see people on here, like videos I watch talking about, like they are awake, but they're getting upset about something. You're thinking, but that's not what is really happening. And you try to tell them, but they're not awake as us, because there's those that are awake of certain stuff that's going on here, but they're not awake to like the whole global thing that's going on. Because to me, Tommy and everything at the minute is all connected. It's all connected. It's exactly the same thing. And it's amazing to see. I just don't get people. Well, I do get people who are not liking Trump because they're listening to mainstream media and listening to what they say on there. You know, they're going on about Korea and, oh, we shouldn't have gone over there. It's a really bad thing that he went for a talk. It's a really bad thing that he went to have talks with North Korea, Kim. Kim's having the time of his life. Not under control anymore. But I just really don't get it. I just wanted to say to men on here, yeah, the extra stress. Let, who believes in aliens? Because I definitely believe. Oh, my dad's texting me. My dad's. I'd want to say, Gran Torino, have you seen Waxman on Soapbox? He's texting me stuff. I'll have to look after. It'll be to do with you. If you're off Soapbox, have you ever seen Waxman come on? Because I know Waxman has. I think he's messaged Gran Torino before. If you do, that's my dad. That's my daddy. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I think he's gone for a meal today. That's my dad. I know Grandad's because I know that he's texted him in there. I got lots of shouts out today on Soapbox. I was a bit embarrassed, but there you go. But I just want to say, yeah, it's my dad. He woke me up. He's been on it for a bit. I used to say things because I'm a bit airy fairy and off with the got my head in the clouds and all this, that, and the other. And I used to say to my dad, things aren't right, things don't seem right, why is this happening? And he went, go on here and have a look. And I was like, and then I had about 2 months of having a breakdown nearly, literally crying, upset with myself for the things I've done in the past. Not bad things, just how you don't know you're doing stuff that's contributing to stuff. Because none of us know. And that's why people say, oh, you know, people of Britain or people of here, oh, I don't like them. They don't know. How can you know if you don't know what you're contributing to? If you've not been told the truth, how do you know? If you're being fed lies off mainstream media and they're telling you to consume different sorts of things and do this and do that, and you think it's all trendy and great, how do people know if they're not told the truth? Well, my dad red pilled me. My mum's sort of thinks I've gone bonkers, and my sister thinks I've gone bonkers. And my mum actually said she thinks she's worried about me and she thinks I need to go to the doctors. I said, no, you might need to when it all comes out because we'll be the ones that'll be here trying to explain to everybody else what the hell was going on. I know it's not going to be like all cleared up tomorrow and it's going to take a few years, but good things are happening. You know, it's got to start to, that snowball effect is happening. But I just want to say to men, you're still hungover. To men of this generation, and especially to men of generations gone, you know, whatever, young and old, I just want to say, us women, real women, do appreciate a good man, and we're not all into the overly feminist thing of demonizing men and all that sort of stuff that seems to be going on, and you know, men are not liking women now because I just think, I don't know what I'm sorry, this might sound a bit off, but do women just want all men to be gay and all women to be lesbians? So like, where are you like populating there? Where are you like, what? How do you have a family? How do you get to get what? I just want to say happy Father's Day, and if you're not a father yet or whatever, just happy Man's Day basically, because we do appreciate the hardworking, strong men, and we want them back. You know what I mean? And it's just bonkers. It's like I said the other day about in Australia and America. I was watching something the other day. They wanted to call Father's Day Happy Special Persons Day. It's taking the family values away. It's taking them Christian family values away ripping the family apart. They go on about who was separating children, Hillary Clinton. Who was splitting families up, Hillary Clinton, Obama, Bush. Who was doing all that? They were. Yeah, you've got to protect the family unit. I can see that now with me, my situation now, like what's been going on. Um, and how in different areas they bring that area down to keep you sort of stuck there, keep you on welfare, keep you. It's just all about keeping people fighting. Um, and I was sort of getting told this morning that I don't understand about black people and how they suffered in this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, but everyone's living in the past, and white supremacy and yeah, I think we're all played a fiddle. White supremacy and privilege. I haven't had privileges being white. I've struggled. People say that and they don't know about people's stories just because something was put out on media or wherever. Yeah, divide and conquer. That is what it is all about. And it's like, my dad must be texting me things. I don't know what it is. Where is it? I wrote something down about when you know in your heart, when you feel it, you know it. Where do your thoughts come from? People, mainstream media and that make you, it's those mainstream media and reporters and people like that and films and stuff, there is where you get your thoughts from. It will work on your emotions, but you know in your heart when something feels right or wrong, but the thoughts come from somewhere else. You hating on a culture or hating on whatever it is that you're hating on has come from some thought that's been put in your head off something that you are watching constantly when you're sat there watching telly. It's in films, it's in adverts, it's in the soapboxes you watch on TV. You might not think it, but it is. It's put out there to divide us and keep us fighting. How brilliant would it be if this world was united? Which is what I see Trump is trying to do. I have said this, every nation, every country should be united as in equal rights and everything. There shouldn't be anybody starving. There shouldn't be anybody being enslaved. And that isn't just black people that are being enslaved. None of this stuff should be going on now in 2018. Don't you think we've had thousands of years to evolve and develop and get rid of all this crap? It's absolutely pathetic. And people can't see what the media are putting out to keep us hating, to keep us divided. That's why you get Antifa coming out who cover the faces and are shouting out this, that, and the other. They have no clue. They think they're fighting for the right, and I don't mean the left and the right, I mean the right of common sense and values. They're not. They're fighting for the one thing that we're all fighting for, which is freedom. They say hate speech. Hate speech is freedom of speech. If you don't get what I'm saying about that, then hate speech. What is hate speech? So you're saying something like I'm saying something now. Someone doesn't like it. If you don't like it, don't watch my channel. If you do, then stay and watch it because someone's getting hurt by what I'm saying because they're thinking something. They're getting hurt by what I'm saying. So they call it hate speech or it's racist or it's this, that, and the other. No, it's freedom of speech. And like I said, once in the West, yeah, a lot of people have been brainwashed by pop culture, especially Lucifer. The devil was the what was it, the doodah of music, so music industry. That's why Kanye has been chatting about the stuff he's been chatting about. But if the West was always proud, West countries were always proud of the freedom of speech and all that, blah blah blah, especially America, and that's what's being taken down. So if they've been coming through Europe and all these agendas and these elites are doing this, it wipes through Europe to the UK over to America, which they've always wanted to go after America because obviously it's bigger. Once it falls, we all fall. But I keep telling people, if you look on YouTube, people who are fighting for the right, patriots of every country are standing up. Yeah, standing up to the establishment. You can see it going off all around the globe now. People are standing up. They've said enough is enough. We want out of the EU. We don't want this. We don't want that. We want to be told the truth. Our kids should be safe. people have got a problem with that, then I don't know what planet you're off. You're obviously not off this planet. Maybe those people should get shipped to the moon or something, who don't believe in equal rights for everybody, equal rights for humanity, freedom for humanity. That's where we should be. Not look back and think, God, all these things should really be sorted out now. We still shouldn't be in this situation. Though we've moved on with technology and stuff like that, we should still not be in a situation of hating and fighting what we've always hated and fighted over for years back. It's stupid. Yeah, Italy, Hungary, Austria, and now I believe they're starting in Germany. Yeah, Germany, was it yesterday? They've had a big, that's what I mean. And people go, oh, what are you talking about? They think like you're making it up, and it's like, it's out there. Mainstream media will report on bits because they've got to, but the biggest thing they're not reporting on is some really big stuff that's going to come out. And I know a lot of you on here know what it is, and that's why a lot are going to be shocked. And I hope some of the people that think my channel is gone off on a different agenda now do come back to me after, when they see what I was trying to say to them. But if they don't, that's up to them, because I know there's going to be people that are, there's people that are slowly waking up. There's people that'll be shocked into waking up. When they've woke up, it's going to be hard. And there's just some people who are really just not really going to want to believe it. And I just don't think they're ever going to come around to it, because they're just not going to believe that it's true, because it is a bit of a, oh my God situation. What the hell has been going on through time? And I will feel sorry for them people, but I'm just glad I know. I texted my mate in Germany yesterday and asked him about it, and he said he hadn't heard a thing. He hadn't heard a thing in the news. That's what I mean, because if you've got friends who are watching mainstream media in the newspapers and magazines, they're not going to put the biggest things in there. So it's like me when I tell my friends, it's so hard to, you don't want to shove it down the throats to tell them, but I do talk about it, so I know when the things start dropping slightly, they might start questioning it and thinking, oh, that's, if you're out there in the world, you can definitely see what's going on with your own eyes. That's why they can't cover it that way. But also, yeah, Merkel's definitely toast. She's definitely toast. Also, I don't know. It's just so hard, but I've noticed people are waking up in different ways. It might not be to the extreme of what some of us know, but I'm just glad people are slowly waking up, even if it's just the Tommy Robinson thing or whatever. People are slowly waking up, and even my eldest son came down the other day, and I've been telling him he thought I was nuts, and then he sort of went, because he's from this generation, he went, oh, them things you were talking about, Mum, I've started seeing things on the internet, and somebody was saying this and somebody was saying that. I said, go and educate yourself, because a lot of our history is not true, or it's been twisted, or things been taken out to make it look like something else, and the blame of something else. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to come on and have a little chat, and I'm glad some of you came over. I won't be engaging with trolls anymore. I'll just remove them from my comments. I'll leave them there. If anyone else wants to talk to them, they can. I'm not putting my energy on it. At the end of the day, these are my opinions. This is what I think. This is what I see, what's going on in the world today. And I do not watch mainstream media news. The only time I watch it is for a laugh, when they're trying to say something else to what happened. You can see it. The funniest thing is, before I go, is you can see it when Trump goes and does interviews like the other day. The media do not listen. The reporters, they shout stuff out. They get answered by Trump, and they still can't get it through the thick heads. They just go on and on and on, and they make themselves look absolutely pathetic. It is laughable. I don't know how Trump can stand there with a straight face. I don't know how Sarah Sanders as it can not I mean, that's part of the job, but I'd want to go mad. Especially when they brought up that one where they said, you're a mother, and about kids going missing. Oh, do you know what I mean? I just thought, and they got the little boy up. Did anyone see that, where they got the little boy up saying about guns and stuff? I thought, you disgusting people. And she looked like she was going to cry, and they were like, oh, she looked really upset. Yeah, because she knows who's behind that all, and that they're a bunch of liars, and they're just disgusting, vile excuses for human beings. They're not human, are they? Because they've sold the soul to the devil. And like people going about Tommy always a Zionist, they really need to get a grip. He's a patriot to his country, a real William Wallace, and people just don't understand that. But it doesn't really matter what others think, because I think the majority of people that know globally what the hell's going on, there's more that know, or even if others begin to wake up, will see what is actually going on. And we know the truth at the end of the day. And that's the greatest thing, because the globe's awakening. So once the globe's awoke, how can you shut people down? Doesn't matter if people are killing people off and doing this, they're still not going to shut people up. They think they are, but everyone's got ways of getting stuff out there. You know what I mean? So our news here is about the summit was more about, yeah, the missiles. That was bonkers. But people don't know about that over here. I know, because I follow some of the channels you're on. You know, I come on, and that's what's great, because people go on about racist and that, and I'm on these channels where people are from all over the world, all different colours of skin. We're all uniting, trying to get this truth out, because we want peace and harmony and love, and we want it for humanity. We don't just want it for one nation or one country or one group of people in a culture. We want it for everybody. Everybody's got the right to be on this earth, living in, you know, living in love, basically. I know it sounds corny, but it's true. It is all about this. That is what I've said on my videos from when I started these videos. I have got a lot of videos, and they're all random. Different paths have been on and fell away, and this, that, and the other, and nails, and God knows what. But I've always been positive. I've always tried to talk about the things I like and be positive. And I know I've helped people, because people have told me. I've helped somebody who was ill with cancer, and they told me the way I talk about things and stuff and truth helped her get over this, and I'm glad about that. I don't know what that means. So all I see is, in my past on here, I have been positive. There's nothing I'm not doing that's positive now. I'm not saying what people think I'm trying to say. 72 what? 40, 41. They're just not understanding. I'm not very good at getting stuff out. I'm not a professional reporter or anything. Oh, my mum lives in Wales. She lives in Towyn. And I'm not a professional. Do you know what I mean? I can't articulate stuff sometimes. Sometimes I might say things, it might confuse you, but I know what's the truth at the end of the day. And I can see how these agendas with the overly feminists are doing. I can see what Antifa are doing about the race thing and the hate speech, what that agenda is that other people don't understand, so they're calling everybody racist when it's not about that. I just hope some people, well, we all know the truth's coming out, and I think it's just going to get bigger and bigger. And basically, I come on to say stuff, not to say I'm right. It's to like everybody's channel. It's to get people thinking, and then when they start seeing things, it's to get people thinking. Just thinking about maybe why is this happening? Why are people saying things? Why is the globe talking about all this stuff? Just to think. It's just to get you thinking, because we have been asleep for a long time. You know, just getting distracted by news on the telly and stuff, the thoughts that are being put into our head to oppose to what you really know in your heart, especially when you're out and about and seeing things that are really going on. Things that they hide from us in the media going on in different countries. They'll say one thing, and that's a totally opposite to what's actually going on. So if the media say something, it's the total opposite. But they will have to start reporting truth in the end, or one of the channels will, because there's going to be no not seeing what's going on, and they can report all they want, like they're trying to now, and they're just going to be a laughing stock because everybody knows what they're doing. So, oh yeah. So I'd just like to leave it there, and to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. And to all the mums, really think about, if you're just doing things out of spite to keep your kids away from your father, there's no point. It's just hurting your kids at the end of the day. Tommy Robinson, happy Father's Day. And you lot who were there, I'll be popping back over there in a bit anyway. So I talked too long, but that's just me. It's just me being me. I'm just putting my opinions out of what I think. This is not to get anybody. It's just me being me. So thank you for coming in and having a chat, and I'll do some more live chats. So bye.